Welcome to episode 782 of Hard Factor. It is Wednesday, September 29th, 2021. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will. All four hosts ready to talk politics, sports, meth, chicken, urination, albinos, turtles, and what else? Did I miss anything there?
Don't forget about the dog.
Oh, the dog. Got to deal with the dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lineup right there.
Yeah.
Gonna have to deal with the dog now, huh?
Yeah. Austin. Well, inside. Inside dog park humor for you. So,
Laundrie.
Yeah, we might as well cue them in. In Austin, there's a bunch of rednecks that go to the dog park, and a lot of people in Austin name their dogs Austin, especially if they're pit bulls.
So you hear people yelling.
You go to a dog park in Austin, you just hear a lot, Austin, no, Austin.
Austin.
Leave it.
Leave it. You're not going to get dinner.
Get off her, Austin. I'm sorry.
Leave it, Austin.
Austin. Yeah, there you go. Joke explained.
He never does this at home.
Yeah.
He's humping the shit out of everything in sight.
My Austin. No, I'm talking about my Austin.
Yeah, Austin, get off that other Austin.
I'm going to name him Austin.
Okay. Follow at Hard to Factor News on all socials. Plus, go to patreon.com/hardfactor for bonus podcasts. Speaking of patreon.com/hardfactor, send in the car over there and you can join trivia this Friday night, October 1st. So
It's fucking electric.
A full year and get a sweatshirt.
Yeah, you get a sweatshirt.
Wow. Look at all
If you don't know about trivia, here's what it is. We do it via Zoom. Our boy Mike Wade does it through his company, Online Trivia Throwdown. The hosts are the team leads. Usually we divide up into teams. He's got this whole sick Zoom system. You feel like you're in a game show. And then it's essentially pub trivia, and we have a battle royale. It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite things that we do.
It's pub trivia. It's all like on the Zoom, and he breaks you into teams. And after he asks you the question, he breaks you into your teams, like so no one else can hear you guys talking on the Zoom. It's cool. It's like little Zoom rooms, and then you go back to the main room and you watch if you beat the other teams in the question.
It's great. So
yeah, it's really
honor system though, so no cheating. Okay,
no cheating.
What time is that going down on Friday?
it's 9
Usually
o'clock
9 Eastern.
Eastern.
And that's about 2 full hours of fun.
Just
full
pure-
hours of fun. Yeah.
Unadulterated.
Yeah.
Entertainment.
It's pretty damn. Once the trivia is over, you're on like this adrenaline rush. It's pretty fun.
It's a good time. Well, Mark is because he's won the last 2 times.
Okay, let's move on.
I was fine after the second place, though. I was in a great mood. I don't need to win. I don't want to win this time. I'm going to try to dumb myself down. Hit my head against the wall.
We'll see what happens. You might just be too good at trivia. You might just.
No, it's a lot of help from the teammates. Come on.
That's a send in the car tier, our top Patreon tier. So if you want to get in on trivia Friday night, patreon.com/hardfactor.
Couldn't do it without the team, so.
Send in the car.
Send in the car. All right. Anything else, fellas, before we do the news?
No.
Sounds like a no. All right. Let's do the news. Cup of coffee in the big times up first.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Holidays, history, and trending news. But first, a fun fact. And I was going to give you guys a rabies fact based on yesterday's conversation. But believe it or not, rabies facts are all depressing. So
I got a rabies fun fact for you.
What's that?
Rabies causes an extreme fear of water because apparently drinking water is extremely painful.
It's horrible. It causes your brain to swell, hallucinations, all kinds of terrible things. Yeah.
That's a fact for sure.
Yeah,
that's a fact, Jack. So instead of the atrocious and horribly depressing rabies facts, here's a fun fact about Poland. We gave him a lot of shit yesterday. Here's a positive thing. In 1912, Julius Fromm invented the latex condom in the country of Poland.
Bastard.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that checks out. Poland invented something to make sex worse.
Mm-hmm.
Condoms? Well, apparently the first rubber condoms
Makes
were
it
horrible.
Feel worse?
No. Apparently the first rubber he was making it better. The first rubber condoms were very thick and terrible for your penis. Julius Fromm hooked it up with latex.
Yeah.
They were sheep intestines, weren't they?
They were
condoms?
thick rubber. Was what he was replacing. He was trying to improve.
What Wes is saying is the original condom was lambskin or sheep intestine. Will's talking about when they moved to non-organic material. But those rubber condoms, fun fact about them, they were reusable because rubber was very expensive back then.
Right, it's like a
Wait a minute.
sheath for your penis, a rubber sheath.
Is the sheep intestines a joke about them fucking sheep?
No, for
No,
real.
it's real.
I don't
Yeah.
know. That mine
was
was.
just
Sheep.
You
God's
heard,
condom.
of lambskin condoms? That's a
Yeah.
little. That's a little.
I was just
you know,
making a little
tip
sheep
of the
fucking
cap.
joke.
Well, thanks to Poland and Julius Fromm in the year 1912, we don't have to worry about that anymore. Latex condoms. Also, surprisingly, Poland has bison. Didn't know that. Didn't even know anywhere besides America had bison. It's in Poland.
Anyone else used to play with their the mom's rubber diaphragm in the shower when they were little?
Yeah, before you knew what it was.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't
No.
have that situation
No.
at your
You
house?
didn't have that situation.
What?
Okay. Wes and I did.
Used to fill it with water and play with it.
Yeah.
Can't believe she didn't stop me.
Yeah, same. Didn't know what it
Really
was.
surprised that you heard a yes from the other three guys on the
Me too,
show.
honestly.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, yeah. One yes, yeah.
One yes.
How many?
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Wes, I remember that. I
Thanks,
think it
Wes.
happened probably about at that clip.
50%?
Yeah, 50% during that era. This is my guess.
Lucky us, Pat.
How high up does that go up there?
To the top, I think.
pretty far, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shove job.
It's the diaphragm's like the hoop, right?
It's a shove job.
You want to be able to
You breathe in real heavy.
you want to be able to nick the hoop, right? That's how you know you got ups.
That's the Easter.
Yeah.
Keister.
Well, it's like if there's an IUD, you need to be able to feel the strings, right? That's the same.
It's like winning a carnival game.
All right, September 29th, holidays. It's Banned Websites Awareness Day. Didn't know that existed, but now we do. Banned websites. Broadway Musicals Day, Confucius Day, Happy Goose Day, and then a bunch of things about coffee. International Coffee Day, Biscotti Day, National Coffee Day, Mocha Day, just shitloads about coffee, and then like also World Heart Day. And then there's some other ones that I don't know.
That's funny. Coffee and then World Heart Day.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Same day. Strange.
Those don't
Coffee.
go together.
Well, do they though? No, it's bad for your heart
100%.
for
You
sure.
got a bad heart.
Coffee fucking kills you. Yeah.
Wow.
The doc's telling you to get off the beans.
Yeah.
If you got a bad heart.
Hundo.
I hate how the days do that to each other. They shade each other on the days. It's not good. They ride off each other. The days it's a mess in there.
Cool milk day too. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Do you guys
Unless
like
it's
the
that pouch.
pouches? Yeah,
No.
or the carton?
No, that was the worst year ever. They had to run a propaganda campaign about how the pouch is saving the earth, and they put like little stick legs on the pouches, and they were dancing around. They're like, "Drink us," tasted
Right.
like shit.
The cartons
Out of
were
pouch.
cardboard. I thought so we could recycle them. Maybe no.
I
No,
guess
no,
not.
guys. The pouches take up less space when in the landfill was the idea behind them.
Mm.
Yeah.
And how could they taste like shit? It's a less I guess transductive
They tasted the
container.
Don't
same.
use fancy words.
They
Okay,
tasted
what I'm
the
saying
same.
is-
The milk tastes way better out of the carton than the.
But you're tasting carton is what you're tasting.
It was
Yeah,
also
but it's part
easier
of the
for
allure.
the tizzes to open because a lot of times the
Yeah,
tizzes couldn't
well,
open the cartons.
What Tizzes would do,
stab it.
was you blew up the milk bag once you were done, then you popped it super loud, and it
Yes.
sounded like
Right.
a gunshot went off in the cafeteria.
Not
Not to
funny
mention the
anymore.
fact that people. Sorry, go ahead, Pat.
I mean,
I was saying that was funny in the 90s. You can't
Yeah.
do that anymore.
Oh, people were doing
used
it
to
left
slap
and right.
people.
It was awesome.
People used to slap people in the face with those bags.
You
That
throw
was,
them
Yeah.
across the cafeteria.
throw them across the cafeteria,
Oh,
knock someone's tooth out.
Great thing to huck at somebody. Yeah.
Terrible
Perfect.
for nerds. man.
handing out weapons. out
Oh
there.
my god, they were just always nailing nerds.
Yeah, that's probably why they got rid of them. Honestly, was all the bullying with the
Yeah.
milk bags. That occurred.
It was
You
a
know, cause
perfect,
whiplash,
perfect
man.
handheld sized thing to throw.
I'm not gonna drink it,
And
but I'll
pop
take
in
one.
somebody's ear.
What a bad idea.
Oh man, yeah. There's kids who are still scarred from the milk bags. Good point, Pat. Today in history, September 29th, in 1829, Scotland Yard was founded in London, which is basically their police, and became the model for professional police all over the globe, including the USA. In 1923, the British mandate in Palestine happened, set in motion by the Balfour Declaration of 1917, the British mandate for the establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine was finally approved by the Council of the League of Nations and came into force on this day in 1923. So basically the start of creating, a homeland state, which then became Israel after Palestine. So pretty big.
Worked out for everyone.
Right. Still quite a few issues going on with that one. And in 2005, Chief Justice Roberts was sworn into the Supreme Court. He wasn't Chief Justice at that point, but he was sworn in 2005.
Deputy Justice.
He knew he was going to get there.
Eventually, mate, do you think so? You think he was like, I got the inside track. It's going to be me.
No one's more honorable than I.
That's what they all think.
Yeah.
You see how tall they stand when they say to everyone rise? They don't do that for everyone.
Yeah, just judges. And,
right.
No, but I'm saying
he commands more respect when exactly.
They rise faster and harder.
Snapping their spines. Yeah. To get up.
Good to be the chief. You think all judges, when they're like getting sworn in, they're just like, this is so fucking sweet. I've got a job for life.
Yes.
Like that's just all they're thinking the whole time. It's just like, man, I'm finally done. I just can do this forever.
Literally the most powerful position in our government. People say the president, but it's
there's
Supreme
like
Court
thousands
justice.
of them. There's
federal judges. Have you ever hung with a judge? They will make a judge joke on average every 4.5 minutes. They'll make it.
I used to tape a show with a judge, a hunting show, and they would say all kinds of things you don't want judges to say usually.
They're above the law.
Yeah,
it's a finally I'm above the law moment when you get sworn in. Yeah.
You're a judge, huh? That's not good.
We're not talking about it today, but there was a Wall Street Journal article about how corrupt judges are that just came out, like that they've been massively using their position to their advantage financially. So
yeah.
I had a judge that threatened me and made me feel bad because her son didn't get into Virginia Tech and he wouldn't have wasted the opportunity binge drinking, when I was in front of her and blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
He had a Virginia Tech football team page and I'm like, Judge, this is getting really weird. Am I getting off or not here with this? Yeah.
You want to know a good racist joke? Hang out with a retired
she had me
Texas
by the
judge.
I second that, Wes. I've heard some of the worst jokes I've ever heard in my life.
Mark's just got a bitter mom judge going on in Virginia.
Oh yeah,
Right.
well they can do whatever they want because they're the fucking judge.
It's really her fault. Did you turn it back around?
Cowering in front of her. Like,
Yeah, did you ever think it's because you were in the courtroom so much, lady?
Yeah.
Maybe you should have been home.
I was like, we're not even top 10 this year. I was like, the school sucks.
Judges. We've been talking about that in the text thread a lot with the Hard Factor interns. Judges and small state senators. That's just been, you can't. They're there. They're always going to be there.
They're in charge.
Sucking up all the power and bureaucracy. Okay, moving it on to the trending news of the day. Honorable mentions. Rebel Wilson released a new swimsuit picture on Instagram with the caption, "It's never too late to improve yourself," and a bunch of other stuff. And it's very inspirational as Rebel is looking great in her swimsuit these days. Very cool post from her. She's on Rebel Island there showing off like her weight loss in the swimsuit. Pretty cool post. Unlike Will Smith's fat identity theft on Instagram that he tried to perpetrate over the summer, he also trended for something, but we're not going to talk about that because we don't talk about Will Smith anymore.
Was it his open marriage with Jada Pinkett Smith?
It is. That was what he trended for.
We all knew, Will. Shocker. Better buy Vanity Fair this month or whatever the hell they're doing their reveal in.
Wait, they're still doing it?
No way.
How they just keep, dude, kudos to them for being a power couple. Like they're a media power couple. It's like Bill and Hillary Clinton. Like their relationship
media,
means something way more than love.
Bill thought it was open too. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
it was
with
Yeah.
Bill.
Just ask Epstein.
But they just keep teasing that, they keep teasing it. Like, I don't know. Do we have an open? Yes, we know you have a fucking. Just let
No. He confirmed it. That's why I was trying.
I know they confirmed.
For Pat,
it.
we've already talked about him too long. That's Will Smith.
Did you get that at the outlets?
Do
Do you think you're missing some material?
Is that new?
All right. Next mention. South Dakota governor and enemy of Hard Factor for overturning.
Sorry, I'm just making another thong joke.
Thong
Yeah.
joke?
Bill Clinton.
Lay it on us.
No, it's not any good anymore.
Oh.
Now we talked about it. It's not going to be good.
Oh.
Nope, I apologize.
Next one. South Dakota governor, an enemy of hard factor for overturning her state's marijuana legalization vote, Kristi Noem, is facing abuse of power allegations for getting her daughter a job related to real estate in South Dakota, and only mentioning it because it's karma for the reason why we're upset with her, plus Ravensburg. So
Yeah. You got to throw in Ravensburg anytime you mention South Dakota.
She
take
said
that,
she was,
Noem.
I hate her. I mean, she's hot, but I hate her because the weed stuff. But she said she was going at Ravensburg. We need to get an
Yes.
update.
I
on
mean,
that.
no, she
No,
flip flopped on
no,
Ravensburg.
no,
At
we
first,
did.
at first
She
she
went
tried
after
to
him.
defend him, and then once she realized he was so
Called
guilty,
she called for his
then she
resignation
flip-flopped.
in like
but
April
at
or
first
March.
she did. At first, when she thought she could get away with it, she did try to defend him at first.
That's why I knew he wasn't going to quit, Pat, is because he fought through her
yeah,
calls
calling
for
the
resignation to the point where she stopped doing it. Like he got through the she was coming at him period, and then he went and did a plea deal where he pled no contest and got like absolutely no charges, and is still the top cop in South Dakota.
He's got to be elected though, right? Once his term up.
I don't know if anyone ran against him last time. Like
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure somebody will this time. People are still calling for his resignation. I know the state's embarrassed. by
I
it.
think less so now than then because you know that he'll fucking kill you and leave you on the side of the road for dead.
yeah, it's a good point. He looks not
no, people are
intimidating,
still
but he'll kill
not. I saw an article yesterday. Like legislators in the state are embarrassed. They're calling for his resignation.
you. Well, good. He should fucking resign. Yeah.
Yes, he killed a man. And then denied it and said it was a deer when the glasses came through his windshield. Okay, next mention. Gotta get through these here. Russell Brand is shocked by the findings in the Durham report. No way. That he's like, he thought that the Russian collusion stuff with Trump was all 100% legit, and Durham report shows that it was largely, I guess, backed by the Clintons, and his mind is blown. So no way. Russell's upset. Speaking of politics, Senator Manchin and President Biden met on the budget reconciliation package on Tuesday. Manchin said there was, quote, no commitments made at all, just some good old negotiations, which is a rough quote, but basically accurate. Number 3 in the cup of coffee today, Stephanie Grisham, President Trump's former press secretary for 8 months, who never held regular press conferences, is releasing a book that seems to be mostly about former President Trump's temper, and it's hilarious. Here are 3 things that it's going to talk about. She writes about how Trump was bothered by lawyers. Quote, he didn't like them telling him that things he wanted to do were unethical or illegal, so he'd scream at them. But then he'd usually listen and then yell at them again later. So just verbally abused his lawyers, which
So he'd agree with them, but bookended it with screaming at them.
yeah. But that's, I mean, everybody
Shocking.
knew that.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that. The book is coming out October 5th, and here's another snippet via the New York Times. Quote, Mr. Trump's handlers designated an unnamed White House official known as the Music Man to play him his favorite show tunes, including Memory from Cats, to pull him from the brink of rage.
No way.
Yeah, he had a fucking guy that would just come in with like iPhone on loud with his favorite songs.
Come on, the Music Man.
Calm him down.
Where's the music, man?
Oh man,
Bring me the music, man.
He's got
What
a
if he was
Diet
on
Coke and
vacation?
an iPad.
Yeah.
He's
What if
definitely
the
got
iPad
white-
wasn't working?
he's got white gloves on, the Music Man, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I think Roger wrote an article about who the Music Man is. He may have found out. That's
A
awesome.
personal DJ for Trump to calm him down.
Yeah,
to calm his heart.
the Music Man
pump
was
it up.
important though. If you were the Music Man, you knew that like he trusted you because apparently he needed it. But most hilariously in this book, according to the Washington Post, the book talks about Trump once calling Grisham from Air Force One to assure her that his penis was not small and toadstool shaped, as porn star Stormy Daniels had alleged in an interview. And she claims that Trump once asked her then boyfriend, a fellow Trump aide, if she was any good in bed. So he's just so crazy.
He called her from Air Force
about
One.
sex. Yeah,
He called her from Air Force One to tell her that his dick was fine. It's
yeah,
hap-
because I
it's
guess in
great.
case she needed to field questions
Yeah.
about his statement about the toadstool dick.
The head is the same width as the shaft.
He called about 100 people
It's
that
not like
day
a
from Air Force One.
toadstool.
Do you think he went right into it, or was like, "Do you have any questions for me?" Or
I'm telling you, it's normal.
You understand a toadstool is way wider at the top, way wider.
Stephanie.
It's not the case here.
Mr. President, we need you out here. I'm in the middle of official presidential business here. I got very important things to do.
Storm straight to the phone room.
I'm using the phone tree.
Yeah.
You don't believe this, do you, Stephanie?
Yeah. So I don't know what the book's called even, but those are some great pieces.
She's gonna sell something.
She's gonna sell some copies. Okay, moving on. Number 2, the generals. They did a little tattling on President Biden on Tuesday. The Senate Armed Services Committee had a hearing where they grilled the generals in charge of the Afghanistan withdrawal. And turns out they did warn President Biden that the fall of Afghanistan was likely and that they encouraged him to keep at least 2,500 troops on the ground, presumably until the withdrawal was completed. It's pretty much it. They basically said that they told him.
Millie turned on fire. Millie was a punching bag.
Millie, McKenzie, Austin, all 3 of them confirmed that
they've been taking it on the chin, and they're like, okay.
Yep, taking it to the internet. Chief White House correspondent for the New York Times, Peter Baker, he tweets, August, Stephanopoulos. So no one told you. Your military advisors did not tell you. No, we should just keep 2,500 troops, ? To Biden. Biden says, no one said that to me that I can recall, quote. And then on Tuesday, General McKenzie said, quote, I recommended that we maintain 2,500 troops in Afghanistan. And there was a lot more stuff like that where it was just the opposite of whatever Biden had been saying for the last couple months.
It was the hairy arm picture. They were like, this is it. We're not defending this guy anymore on this. His arms are too hairy. What is going on up there with the arm hair?
I think that the White House is going to go with the he legit didn't remember
Yes.
but it's, yeah, I mean, they're saying the opposite things of each other. They're supposed to be on the same team.
Couldn't we not do that? Right? Like, wasn't that the whole thing? Like Trump negotiated with the Taliban that we were leaving on a certain date, and then
that's
like,
what Biden's claiming. Biden's claiming that if he was to keep the 2,500,
yes,
he would be re-escalating it. But then again, couldn't he have kept the 2,500 and just done the withdrawal earlier, since he delayed it 4 months after Trump had already planned it to happen? So there's a lot of, since they don't agree with how it went down, there's a lot of question marks now. The generals and the commander in chief don't agree with how
the withdrawal was botched. We've covered that,
down.
And then the withdrawal was disgustingly botched, and then we also know about the drone strike was botched, right? Like there's some bad stuff going on in Afghanistan.
Yeah, and his approval rate on Afghanistan is like 25% overall, or so. I mean, it's really low.
You should see his approval rate in Afghanistan.
Yeah, it's probably lower. Yeah,
0.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, the Taliban probably
No, that's
pretty
what I'm
high.
saying. Yeah,
Probably pretty high.
it's through the roof.
That's true.
Yeah, through the roof.
Well, they don't really. I wouldn't. Yeah, through the canopy.
yeah, through the bullet hole filled tin roof.
The thatch. The thatch.
Number 1 in the cup of coffee in the big time today, the cream of the crop. The cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop!
I can't fucking talk. It's the Champions League, the UEFA Champions League.
Oh, no.
On Tuesday, Liverpool dominated Porto 5-1, and the rest of the games were very boring, averaging under 2 goals a game. Lost all my other bets, but at least there's Liverpool. And today, you can catch 8 more matches, 4 of them starting at 12:45 p.m. Eastern, and another round of games at 3 p.m. Eastern that includes Juventus versus Chelsea. Big matchup for this Wednesday, and that's today's Cup of Coffee in the Big Time. Brought to you by Roman. With the world reopening these days, that means that there's more opportunities for romance. Whether you're single and able to date more, go out on new dates more now, or you're married or in a long-term relationship and able to go on more dates now as well. That should lead to more sex. So you're going to want to be ready. Roman ready. Go to GetRoman.com/hardfactor now to talk to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional. With Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for erectile dysfunction, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. And they offer a range of other services for men's health as well. It all starts, though, with that first online visit. The whole process is straightforward, convenient, and discreet. Go to GetRoman.com/hardfactor today. And if you're prescribed, get $15 off your first month of ED treatment. Make sure you're ready to have confidence and control this fall. That's Roman ready.
Whoa.
Love
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Love it. Let's get an update on what's going on down in Florida, maybe, or potentially, I don't know, Colorado, Long Island, wherever the hell this Brian Laundrie motherfucker is, because we still don't know. That's right, guys. The hunt for Brian Laundrie continues. Unfortunately, authorities have not made too much progress. They've been searching for the 23-year-old top suspect in the murder of Gabby Petito for the better part of 2 weeks. This is after he went missing from his home in Northport, Florida, back on September 14th-ish. But unfortunately, authorities have come up empty. But I have a feeling that the winds, they're about to change in the hunt for Brian Laundrie, because on Sunday, a new player officially entered the game, an investigator who plays by his own rules and doesn't know the meaning of quit. Investigator always gets his man. I'm talking, of course, about the 68-year-old Dwayne the Dog, the Bounty Hunter Chapman. He's back, boys, and he's better than ever.
Wow.
He's
This
gonna
guy's
fuck up.
fucked.
He's gonna fuck the
Laundrie.
FBI's investigation up.
I'm sure he already has. He's already ruined everything.
Come on,
Laundrie
Wes.
is shaking in his boots.
Somebody get this guy out of here.
Oh, man.
If he was-
Bringing all the cameras with him.
He has done about 15 interviews.
He can't stop. We're going to try to get him starting today. We're going to try to get Dog. No promises. Guys, Dog happened to be celebrating his honeymoon down in Florida with his sixth wife, Francine France, over the past weekend when the Legion of Dog started, quote, social mediating us to no end. This is according to Dog in a
The
recent...
Legion of Dog.
The Legion of Dog. It's according to Dog in a recent Fox News interview. They were social mediating them to no end. And when Dog's fans call out the dog, he comes a running. And Dog didn't waste any time. He quit his honeymoon and he immediately went to the home of Brian Laundrie's parents in Northport, Florida, because that's the last place Laundrie had been seen. And it's the best chance for Dog to pick up his scent. And once he's got a fugitive scent, it's just a matter of time. So, over the weekend, Dog showed up at the Laundrie home, marched right up to the front door, and knocked. I guess that makes sense. He was hoping to straight up ask Laundrie's parents where he was, but instead of face the Dog, Laundrie's mom called 911 on him. So she
There's a woman with long blonde hair.
right, I know. There's an elderly lady here.
I think she's trying to talk to me about God.
It might be part Native American.
No one's really sure. Yeah, Dog. Dude, there was a ton of press there. Honestly, I guess there always is, but the press is now following Dog wherever he goes.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just knocking on the door. He goes around the corner to talk to the neighbor, comes back around, and apparently Roberta called 911. And Dog said of that incident, it's a shame they wouldn't speak with us, continuing that the dad can still reach out to me through social media. Let's get this kid captured alive. So
come on, Dad. Let's get your kid captured that you helped save alive.
Right.
Oh, so
exactly.
his play is that he's saving this kid's life. He's gonna bring him in alive and unharmed.
Yeah.
Well, his play is that he's the best, Will.
Yeah.
Well, that's Dog's move is if you ever watch the show, he's really good at talking to the fugitive's family and being like, look, we're not going to hurt him. We're going to make sure that he gets home safe. We just want to help him. I've been in his situation, blah, blah, blah. He's relating to like meth addicts over in Hawaii, not like these like Florida people for the,
Yes. They're in Hawaii.
Internationally wanted
Yeah,
criminal. Yeah.
You can speak to the family.
Yes.
One of Dog's classic moves on that note is he goes, look, I don't even carry a gun. But really the reason is because he was convicted of
He's a
murder
felon.
in Texas in the 1970s, and he can't carry a gun. But yeah, Dog is...
Except for what's between his legs.
Exactly. It's a howitzer that's created 12...
It's a red rocket.
12
Yeah.
puppies. He's the father of 12 puppies across six bitches. Dog definitely is fucking up the investigation. He's created his own anonymous tip line, 833-TELL-DOG. And even though authorities have explicitly directed the public numerous times to contact the FBI with information related to Brian.
They haven't done anything for their public image recently. People are much more comfortable contacting Dog than the FBI. I can tell you that.
I'm calling Dog.
Yeah, for sure. With your tip, who do you think's going to use it better, Dog or the FBI?
Who do you want to see him get taken down by? Dog.
Dog, man.
Yeah, I mean, Dog, 100%. FBI has got nothing on Dog.
The FBI might work some deal out with him.
Right. I mean, let's be straight up honest, guys, because this is going to blow your mind, and you're kind of straight up right. So Dog's gotten 1,000 tips, according to the Dog, which is a lot for the Dog, him and Francine, France, just the two of them managing those situations. But and I'm sure the FBI have gotten more than that. However, you may have noticed we haven't given an update on this case in a while, and the update that we're giving now, yes, is in fact that Dog's on the hunt. But that's not the only update. There's an actual update that Dog created, which is kind of cool. So he is fucking doing work. One tip led Dog to the 1,130 acre Fort DeSoto Park, which is about 75 miles. It's outside of I want to say St. Pete. I'm not sure. It's 75 miles from the Laundrie's home.
But it's not the preserve.
No, it's not the preserve. Totally
different Carlton Reserve.
Different park.
Totally different place. And he told Fox News that he got this tip on Monday that Laundrie's parents had spent the night in Fort DeSoto Park with their son. Now, the tip said twice in early September, once between September 1st and 3rd, and another time between September 6th and 8th. And apparently the Legion of Dog has some good intel because those facts were confirmed at least partially. See, yeah, dude, that's the first fucking news we've heard about this case, and the Dog pried it loose. Wow. Stephen Bertolino,
where he exposed it and let the guy run. Now he's like, now they know where I am.
Yeah,
I better get the fuck out of here.
They fucking for sure knew he was in those islands.
Yeah, FBI's keeping silent
about it.
For a reason, I think.
And no doubt about it. They knew he was over there.
He's blowing up all the real tips.
He's blowing all their spots.
Maybe.
No doubt about it, dude. They
Yeah.
knew he was in these
Pat,
islands.
do you have a map of where this place is?
It's right by. It's at the bottom of the bay. So Tampa's on a bay, Tampa Bay, right? It's at the very. It's like in between Bradenton and St. Petersburg.
You wouldn't assume there would be a bunch of boats by the bay that could get him out of there, would you? I don't think he stayed at the preserve for 3 weeks. He probably got on a fucking boat 2 weeks ago.
Picked up by somebody.
He got on a boat 2 weeks ago.
You never know. But yeah, Dog went down there.
That would be smart.
Dog went down there. He investigated that lead. Steve Bertolino, the Laundrie's lawyer, confirmed at least one part of that lead, and that's the family did in fact camp out there on the 6th and the 7th of September. He did not confirm the 1st and the 3rd, and that juicy bit of info can directly be attributed to the Dog or the pressure applied thereof, because he confirmed that statement right after he said, quote, "I will no longer give that Dog credibility or dignify his false claims with the time of my reply." He said that, and then he was like, but they were camping out there the 6th and the 7th. So, yeah, Dog's pressure is effective. The important thing to keep in mind, guys, there is this camp out was between the period when Brian returned from his road trip without his live-in girlfriend on September 1st and September 11th when the Petito's mother announced or reported her missing, and she was an officially missing person.
Sounds like his parents went out there to make a deal with a boat captain and then drove him out there on the 6th, and then he got on a boat.
I mean, that really matches up, Mark. Yeah.
I mean,
sounds exactly like it. They came with cash the second time and got him on a boat. Is what.
How much cash are we going to need?
Yeah.
So let's say theoretically,
they found out he murdered her, and then they went and checked out their buddy's boat captain's situation, the shady boat driver. Then they went home, and they're like, "Get in the car, Brian." And then they went back, and then they got him on a boat, and then they pretended like he was at the house, and then days went by, and then everyone found out he wasn't at the house.
Then they said he's at the
and
reserve.
He's on a boat.
And then they threw him off at the reserve. The reserve actually probably did trick the FBI for like a week.
Yeah,
which is hilarious.
Well, I mean, I think
Dog went straight to the right place.
You can't sneak that past the Dog. No,
that's a great point, because if the Dog's right, if the Legion of Dog is right, and they did go out there twice, which again is not confirmed, if they did go out there twice. They go out there right when he gets home and is like, "Shit, I murdered Gabby." Hang for a little bit, go home, go back out there the 6th and the 7th. We know he's out there. Now, this is the interesting part, guys. Dog was sniffing the leads out, and Dog spoke to some other leads who said that 3 people checked in on the 6th, but only 2 people checked in on the 8th. Now, that's coming from the Legion of Dog. That's not
Checked
confirmed.
out on the 8th, you mean?
Right, exactly. 2 people checked in on the 6th.
3 in,
Or
2 out.
3 in, 2 out, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, 3 in on the 6th, 2 out on the 8th. So,
There you go.
according to the New York Post, Chapman was at Marco Island on Tuesday, sniffing down the tips, as I said, while planning his next move. And he's opening a new headquarters in Central Florida. So Dog's going to be making his bed, so to speak. He'll be down there for a while. His goal is to catch Laundrie before his 24th birthday in mid-November. Let's take it to the internet real quick. Angela Zauner says, with all due respect, this is on Dog's Facebook fan page, with all due respect, try to lay low on your hot tips. He is surely watching.
Yes.
Referring to Brian Laundrie.
Probably in a different country though. Like,
there was a sighting of him in Canada, possibly Mexico. Like, there's.
I think he's south, because of the boat in Tampa, out of Tampa.
If you want to keep,
no extradition. He needs to get probably somewhere south.
there's no place with no extradition south. But
Belize.
Check the boats leaving that place and see if anyone had an extra 150 pounds of manure on board. One of them, you know what I'm saying?
I will say, guys, though, if you want to keep up with the case, you go to the Legion of Dog fan group, and it is electric with tips on there.
How's Walsh doing? Is Walsh getting crushed here by Dog?
No,
John
Walsh. Walsh is just waiting for Dog to make a mistake.
Okay, so who's gonna do better? You think Walsh or Dog?
Sounds like Dog's already done better than everybody else, but I bet you that the authorities did know he had gone to that place.
They absolutely knew. There's no way Dog sniffed that out by himself.
Yeah, for sure. They knew that, and they were letting everybody think that it was a reserve thing while they actually looked for him.
I want Dog to catch him just as much as the next guy, but he's fucking this up for everyone. So,
But he's making a new business
lucky
for himself. You know what? Actually, it does kind of suck that Dwayne Chapman is doing this because he is now the ultimate guy who's making money off of Gabby's.
This ain't for Dog's show. Dog's just out there.
But he's just setting up a new HQ where he's searching and all this stuff, right? Though that's what's happening.
Crowdfunded.
That's totally not related to this publicity stunt.
Dog's not in it for the money. You fucking
I'm
hater.
Sure, I'm sure.
He left his honeymoon, right? Okay.
Yeah. Money never sleeps,
His 6th honeymoon. He's done them before, It's not that big a deal.
He knew they weren't going to answer that door.
His 6th one,
R.I.P. Beth.
R.I.P. Gabby.
R.I.P. Beth
and Gabby.
Yeah.
That's right.
And fuck you, Brian Laundrie.
Fuck you, Brian Laundrie. If the FBI offers a reward, that's when they're getting a little desperate. That's kind of like a
They
telltale
haven't
sign.
done that yet?
I don't think so.
Jeez.
Not that I'm aware of.
Should probably get on that. Yeah.
All right, guys. Got an exciting one for you today. Where the fuck is the clip here? There it is. Let's go.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
All right. Today we're going to be talking about turtles, albinos, deer, and drug-laced public urination. So pretty good hodgepodge here.
Wow.
First, let's go to Pilton, England, where the Glastonbury Music Festival takes place. There's what it looks like. It's like England's version of Bonnaroo, kind of over 200,000 attendees, dirty, not enough toilets, uncomfortable, lots of shady white people on drugs. Pretty much Bonnaroo from what I gather.
They have some really clean lines there, though, with the trees and the walking lines. It's pretty organized.
It's like Coachella. Glastonbury is the top of the pops of European music festivals.
Okay.
Isn't this where they kind of like made famous the nice like yurts for the rich people like at this festival?
That's
That's Burning Man.
Yeah, you can tell.
No, like the nice ones, like the ones that
They
are
have
fancy.
nice ones in Burning Man too. I
Do
think.
they really?
It's not
I thought-
Burning Man.
No.
What?
Coachella. It's like Coachella.
But they have nice rich people like yurts.
They have
at Burning
services
Man, where
for rich
celebrities
people.
go.
Yeah, they have services for rich people that take them out there and like in an RV and shit. I think.
Anyway, it's huge. 200,000 people. I know Wu-Tang Clan headline, The Killers. A bunch of like popular people. It's been canceled due to COVID, of course, the last couple of years. But a new study was just released by researchers at Bangor University in Wales on the concert's previous year's effects on the environment and what they discovered the festival is doing to the nearby White Lake River and its eels. And it's just a tragedy, guys. Apparently, they discovered extremely high levels of cocaine and MDMA in the river, which runs through Worthy Farm, where the shady white folks congregate to listen to music and publicly urinate because that's all they have. The study found MDMA concentrations quadrupled the week after the 2019 festival, while cocaine concentrations reached levels previously shown to affect the life cycle of the European eel.
Oh, no.
And that is just pissing a lot of people off.
So these eels were just coked up and on ecstasy, and
They're killing them. Yeah.
Oh, they died.
Were they
Yeah.
electric eels? What if they like made like a cool like pattern in the water? They're like,
No.
they're
They're
going
just-
along with the beat.
I
You
thought they
ever
were just
seen
having
an-
fun. Yeah.
You ever seen an
Yeah,
eel
Bill.
sweat?
No.
No, they're just always wet, I think.
Is that-
Anyway,
that went over my head.
Saying, how do you know if they're on blow, right? If you can't tell if they're
Yeah.
sweating.
it's true. Yeah.
They're jittering in the water. That's
They
how
are.
you know.
Yeah, they're endangered. One musicator, Christian Dunn, who's professor of wetland science at Bangor University, said the levels of these drugs in the water, quote, are high enough to be classed as environmentally damaging. He went on to say, quote, this is highlighted the fact that stopping public urination is so important, not just for the traditional pollutants, which we've already known about, but for these types of pollutants, which we're now just becoming aware of, pharmaceutical waste, illicit drug waste. These are important. And in response to the comments by Christian Glastonbury spokesperson said, hey, Christian Dunn, nobody cares about your weird, wetland science degree, whatever that is, or those gross eels. So we're just going to keep doing it. We're gonna
Yeah,
keep doing it.
sorry.
The eels are not going to stop the biggest concert in England.
Did you hear who's headlining this year?
Yeah.
Sorry about the eels.
Sorry about the gross eels. All right, let's stay in.
Flights are booked, bud.
Yeah. Let's stay in the UK for a
Haven't
double
had it for
out.
2 years.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
Gonna need to just shut up about the eels.
223,000 this year expected, bud.
it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Look at that. Looks fun.
Yeah.
That's 2019. All right, let's stay in the UK for a double albino story. Usually you're lucky if you just see one, but we have a double for you. First, Pakistani family living in England has claimed they can smash the current world record for most albinos in a family. The
Wow.
current record is 4, and this pile of white skin claims they have 15. Look at that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Holy
cool.
shit.
They're just shitting on the other albino family record.
How is it
holders.
like one generation's all albinos?
So what happened is that the original albinos, Guinness has yet to confirm these claims, but judging by that picture of the family, I'm betting they're going to just confirm as soon
Looks
as they
legit.
get
Yeah.
their eyes on them.
Mhm.
According to the article, Aslam Parvez and his brother were both living in Pakistan with albinism and were matched in marriage with a pair of sisters who also had the trait. Aslam, 64, and his wife Shamim went on to have 6 children, all albino. And of his brother's 7 children, 4 also got the trait. And then their kids had to
Since I was 14.
yeah, their kids had some. One of the original wives died, and one of the daughters died too. So it would have been 17, but they have 15.
Wow.
And here's a picture of
Well, they die from the sun.
yeah. Well, albinism is not a fun. Fun
Oh,
thing
what
to have.
happens? What do you? What's
Well,
what-
it's
is
the melanin it gives your skin pigment that they lack that, and also it like gives you really bad eyesight.
But you can control static electricity, right?
Yep.
I
powder.
don't know.
That's
Powder?
what
You might
You talk about powder?
that's
Talking
what
about
the movie,
powder.
Powder
Yeah.
the movie.
you might be able to.
You know,
yeah.
a lot of times, like, understandably, gay dudes will complain that, like, hey, just because I'm gay doesn't mean that I want to meet your other gay friend. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of narrow.
Mhm.
Like, but if you think that's bad, gay dudes, try being albino. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right. You're getting
yeah.
introduced to other albinos a lot.
Exclusively.
Yeah. Speaking of pale gay dudes, here's Anderson Cooper holding
Good
one of
segue.
the babies.
Do you
One
think
segue.
Anderson's got albinism?
No, that's the guy that looks like they all look like Anderson Silva. Anderson Cooper. Go back to the family. Go back to the family picture. Like 4 of them look like Anderson Cooper. Yeah.
He does kind of look like an albino.
The guy in the
Anderson
black.
Cooper.
There's like 4 of those guys. The guy in the black, the guy in the jacket.
Yeah.
Those 2 look a lot like Anderson Cooper.
A couple of the women.
And that guy
on it.
certainly does. Yeah.
I almost said it. I almost
That guy
said
looks
Anderson
exactly
Cooper, and then
like
I
him.
saw your picture on the side. I didn't
Yeah.
want to ruin your
I
joke.
was
you, I
thinking it
appreciate it.
was Anderson Cooper, and I was
Same.
thinking, like, if I was
No.
Anderson Cooper, no way I'm covering that story. You know what I mean?
No,
Just a little
no,
bit too,
no.
too
No.
on the nose.
Well, Anderson looks like an albino for sure.
Exactly.
Does.
Absolutely. He might be. I don't know.
He might be
Um,
he might be related.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
want to put it. If you're Anderson's producer, you're not putting him next to an actual albino because
No.
It's in his contract. He can't cover albino stories.
Right.
You
Nope.
just
No way.
get
What
people
is
asking
this?
questions.
What is this?
There's one thing in his
Anderson, why this guy's a little tanner than you?
Let me ask you. What is this guy? How would you describe this guy if you had to say one word? Starts with an A. You're fired.
Yeah. And listen, according to one of the family members with albinism who was part of that first batch of albino children, life ain't a picnic when you're an albino. In fact, picnics are dangerous because of the sun, along with terrible sight and loss of vision. She says, quote, as kids, we were never be invited to birthday parties. We were always the last people to be picked for school sports teams because of our sight loss. We were constantly rejected from groups. None of us really had friends.
It's tough if you can't see the ball. Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. As a family, we never fit in the community. We had dog shit on our doorstep. Our windows were smashed.
Oh, well,
and we even
what?
once had
People
fireworks.
People
they
were
were
vandalizing the
the
albinos.
people are
house?
monsters.
What?
But she reached out to Guinness because no matter what, she is proud of her DNA and wanted to educate people about the condition, saying, I want people to know that even if you don't fit in the world, you are still important and can leave your mark in the world. And
You look like Anderson Cooper. It's kind of cool, actually.
I mean, you could easily pass. I mean,
You
you're
could just
Anderson Cooper ever Halloween.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what exactly. But like half the family's Anderson Cooper for Halloween.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what country did you say that was, Wes?
So they're Pakistani, but they live in England.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Albinism.
Albinism. Whatever the fuck it is. Thank you.
Albine, Albin.
Albinism.
Affects the
Tomatoes,
eyes. Huh?
Albin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, it affects the eyes. It's fucked up.
The eye part sucks. If it wasn't for the eye part, it would kind of be sick. A little bit.
Yeah.
It's
it'd be easier to make fun of if it wasn't for the eye thing. That's
So
for
it's
sure.
exactly like
That's true.
boxers. Like there's a ton of like all white boxers, I guess, are albinos, and they have eye problems too. So it's like kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it's a bad trait of it.
Like Butterbean?
No, Butterbean's not.
No,
albino.
sorry, boxers the dogs.
Oh.
I got confused too, Pat.
And I had you, Will.
That's kind of cruel.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, wait a minute. These guys must be pretty good. if
How's
they
their defense, Will?
How did they get to the top level of their sport?
They train with Kung Fu masters.
There's always throwing in the towel. The
They're
trainer,
really good at listening
cornerman.
for punches.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like Van Damme and Bloodsport.
Tough sons of bitches, those albino boxers.
Really tough. Really tough.
Like they got something to prove when they take the ring.
Huge chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
Always motivated for a fight. You can count on it.
Yeah, she did say the newest generation does the trait has skipped all of them, so that's real good. Moving to another albinism story, albino-ish story, if you can believe it. These news cycles, I'll tell you. As a rare white deer, pictured. Where'd he go? Where's the white deer? I fucking loaded him. There he is. Sorry. He was.
Oh wow.
He was brutally gunned down by police in the town of Bootle, Merseyside, England.
What?
Yeah, police say that the deer had become a danger to the town's citizens and was simply not returning to the wild as the RSPCA said it would. So they cornered it on an estate. And as it got dark, a spokesman for the police said there was no option to let the deer wander as it could be dangerous to motorists and members of the public area, particularly after the hours of darkness approached. So they also said some bullshit about not being able to dart it because it could have taken off and the sedative wouldn't take effect. And but before all you animal experts come out of the woodwork, yes, I know this is not technically an albino, just a white fallow deal. However, they're rare. They're usually pale as a result of underproduction of melanin, the chemical responsible for pigmentation. But the police shot that white deer, and white deer advocates are saying they should have at least tased it before using deadly force. So,
Bring up that deer again. That
You
deer's
can't
not
put
even,
that in an enclosure. It's a beautiful deer.
That
Yeah, it's
deer's not
beautiful
even
deer.
big enough to cause a problem if you hit it with the car. It's a small deer.
yeah, it's not that big, is
I
it?
mean, it's about the size of a car. It's gonna fuck up your
It's
your,
about
your
the size
hood
of
and
a
shit.
big dog.
It's definitely
Yeah,
not
it's not
great
gonna
to hit
kill you.
that.
It's
No,
the antlers.
They should just, they should just get it out of town. They don't need to brutally shoot it.
Well, can't
Right.
they just put it somewhere? I'm sure, like, you could put it like on a Christmas decoration thing as like a reindeer. I mean,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of uses for a pure white deer.
Yeah, at least capture it and make some money off of it, right?
Yeah.
If you're
Right. Okay.
What a rug, though.
idiots.
Yeah, they just shot it right in the fucking
You think
head.
somebody got to take that home, Pat? As the
100%. Dude, that's
Oh,
the spoils
that
of
would be
working
a
for the
good
city.
rug. Yeah.
Yeah.
white deer. Yeah.
It's a nice deer. All right, quick one from Japan. Let me ask you guys a question. What's the longest you've ever been held up on a tarmac on a flight?
Hour, like on the plane, hour.
Yeah, on the plane.
A few hours, like
Yeah.
at least probably 3, maybe 4 is the longest.
Probably same, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about the same, like 2 or 3. Normally it's some bullshit, getting like paperwork signed or mechanical, just making
Right.
sure everything
It's
is good to go. Maybe
Somebody's
weather.
taking a shit at their house five hours away, and they'll be here to check the engine.
Right.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure everything's okay, folks.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks regardless, but how would you feel if your pilot got on the intercom and said this? Here we go.
ただいま滑走路に出発する滑走路に亀が侵入したとの連絡を受けまして。
Can't understand this, Wes.
Yeah, I mean, he could be saying anything, but let me translate for you. In English, he says that. From the cockpit, folks, this is your captain speaking. I do apologize for the delay, but there's a goddamn turtle on the runway, so you guys are fucked until they remove this turtle. We'll get you going just as soon as you can, and I'll loudly update you in about 5 minutes, so don't even think about trying to sleep. Thank you.
We're executing rare small deer, but we can't run over a turtle on a plane.
No, and it was an invasive turtle too. It's happening
Just
at Narita International Airport near Tokyo, and it was a red-eared slider turtle.
Oh, these things are everywhere in America.
Yeah, they're invasive species in Japan. You're right.
They
Well,
look
they're from
like the
North America.
perfect size to run over.
Yeah.
Well, they do get run over all the time. I mean, you guys have seen red-eared sliders all over the place. I mean,
Seen parts of them.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
So a pilot spotted this fucking turtle. They had to remove the original turtle. Then they had to clear the entire 13,000-foot runway just as a precaution. So it delayed pretty much every flight for God knows how long because this fucking turtle.
Is the pilot a turtle lover?
Man, see, this is the difference between like Japan and America. Because on every flight in America, no matter where you're going, there's a good old boy, at least one on that flight, and good old boy stands up, he walks outside, he eats the turtle.
Volunteers services to remove the turtle. Yeah,
exactly. You don't even have to ask him. He's like, I got it.
Just open the door.
Right. So that turtle was
the door.
Just punts the turtle.
Yeah, exactly. Flings it by its
Took
foot.
care of it.
Now off to Los Angeles.
The hammer throw.
Yeah. The turtle was quickly whisked away to the nearest wet market and sold to the highest bidder. So
Just ran it over.
They got those in Japan too.
Wet markets?
Yeah.
No, he was conflating.
I believe so. I believe there's a few wet markets in Japan where they slaughter dolphins and
Oh yeah.
bid on tuna.
They're just called markets there.
Yeah, they're just called markets. Anyway, that's TikTok International.
They better not start killing orcas. I'm gonna have a real problem with Japan if they go after the orcas.
I would eat orca.
They just cut fins off dolphins over there. Yeah, there's a few wet markets. And that TikTok International moment was brought to you by WordTune. It's the AI tool that can help you and your business construct better sentences on anything you ever need written. Businesses waste over $400 billion on bad writing every year, but other businesses who can write clearly and impress customers stand to make money on every interaction. That's where WordTune comes in. And for our listeners that want to improve their entire team's writing right now, WordTune Teams is 50% off. That's 50%. It's an easy to use tool. Just highlight your drafted text, and WordTune gives you endless options on how to write it professionally. WordTune improves writing efficiency up to 4 times. Better, faster writing means better business. When can your team use WordTune? WordTune improves performance on any project, whether from internal emails to press releases, sales outreach to customer service support, and so much more. You can use WordTune anywhere you're writing online, including Google Docs, Slack, Outlook Web, WhatsApp, works everywhere pretty much. And right now, our listeners get 50% off WordTune for Teams at wordtune.com/hardfactor. If you want to see the benefit of WordTune, you can try WordTune for free at wordtune.com/hardfactor, but this 50% offer is only available for a limited time and only available for teams. You might never see a discount like this again. Your team can start writing better right away for 50% off. That's half price at wordtune.com/hardfactor.
I got scolded by my boss once back in the day for a poorly worded email. That was not fun. Get the WordTune. Get the WordTune. Yeah. All right, guys, one more piece of business and then one more story. Healthcare is really expensive for most of us, isn't it? For many people in the U.S. concerned about the cost of health insurance, there are no good options. You either go uninsured or pay through the nose for a high deductible plan with questionable coverage. It's okay, though. There is an alternative. It's not health insurance. It's a better way to pay medical expenses. That's Crowd Health. Crowd Health is a community of people who are tired of paying for a broken system, a place where you can get a simple, flexible, and affordable way to pay for your health care. Being in the Crowd Health community, you can save hundreds of dollars monthly and put thousands of dollars back in your pocket. It's a membership as a monthly subscription. You can start or stop when it's convenient for you. No obligations. Simple and transparent standard pricing customized to fit your needs. Crowd Health lowers your monthly health care cost, and you can see any doctor you want. They get rid of the insurance middleman and that pass those savings right back to the members, which is you're a member. 100% of your monthly membership pays for actual healthcare costs, helping the whole Crowd Health community stay healthy while keeping more money in your pocket. And Crowd Health is able to offer amazing prices because of its community health conscious members. But they are an amazing offer. They have an amazing offer just for our listeners here. It's get your first 6 months for just $99 per month. That's a savings of almost 50% versus standard pricing, and a lot less than one of those crappy high deductible plans. As you know, you can just do the math. What are you paying monthly, right? Just go to joincrowdhealth.com/99 and enter code HARDFACTOR at sign up. That's joincrowdhealth.com/99, promo code HARDFACTOR. Crowd Health is not health insurance. It's a community powered alternative. Terms and conditions may apply. All right, guys. It is Wednesday, or What the Fuck Wednesday, as we like to call it around these parts. And I have quite the What the Fuck Wednesday story for you today that was submitted by James Ryan, Charles, and a few other people. Sorry, I did not write down everyone that submitted it. Alabama man Matthew Williamson decided he was going to lose it when he turned 37. That was it. That was this year, by the way. He said, I'm going to lose it. This is the year I'm going to lose it. In fact, Matthew started his new lifestyle doing whatever the fuck he wanted a few weeks ago when he started breaking into cars and stealing properties from them. He said, fuck it, they have stuff I want. I'm going to take it, right? So why not? Well, he got arrested for that on September 17th. And it wasn't like he killed anyone, right? He was just stealing from cars, so he got out. He was able to post bond and get out of Jefferson County Jail in Alabama so that, he could get back to tearing shit up and live in this new lifestyle. In fact, he didn't even last the length of one feature film before he Grand Theft Auto'd a car, stole it, and drove it to Pleasant Grove, where, like Archimedes, he had a eureka moment. And in the distance, he saw the Pleasant Grove Athletic Complex. Here's the sign. And he remembered, I remember, Eureka. There's a concession stand filled with my favorite snacks here. I'm going to have a party. And that's exactly what he did.
Actually, if you've been inside have you guys ever manned a good concession booth? Like a real nice one?
Yeah, I've worked a few shifts at the high school
like
concession stand.
Real good one that's got all the trimmings. Like,
I don't think that they exist, but yeah, sure.
No, they do. I played Little League football at one that was like way better than high school concession stands, and it was sick. Like everything was back in there.
Well, the Pleasant Grove one might be what we're talking about here, because that's exactly what he did. According to the Facebook post from Pleasant Grove Department of Public Safety, he was found the next day, September 23rd, a day after getting out of jail, asleep in the athletic complex press box amongst and covered in piles of chicken fingers, candy, and meth.
That's amazing.
Hopefully he brought the meth. I mean, hopefully they weren't just...
Pretty sure.
Oh my God, this guy's mugshot, dude.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah, what do they call it? He's spun. They call it when he's taking a shitload of meth.
Oh my God, he looks like that guy from the Judd Apatow crew, the one that plays like the skinny nerdy guy, but just if he'd been doing a ton of meth.
Yeah, the Canadian guy. Yeah, one of the Canadian guys. Jay something.
Jay
Burrisow, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm going to show you now a few pictures from the Pleasant Grove Athletic Complex. It's a couple of youth soccer fields and football fields with a track around it and a press box and a concession stand, I guess, kind of how Will described it. Here are some of the athletes that compete at the Pleasant Park.
Yeah, Little League. Boys.
A couple of
Ankle
5-year-olds. Yeah,
Indians.
Here's the field. It's just a field. Got maybe
nice field.
Maybe you can fit a couple hundred people in the stands.
Yeah. Solid facility.
Yeah, September 23rd. Luckily, was a Thursday, so he didn't have like the Little League teams coming in for Saturday. It was the Saturday, morning game. Is waking up and seeing their entire concession stand on top of Matthew and all the math.
Mark, did you find out if this guy happens to be a coach or anything like that?
So
how did he have the keys to the concession stand?
I don't think he was a coach, but I would imagine he had some experience at the park that he drove to.
He knew how to get into the concession stand.
It was the one place he wanted to go the first night he got out of jail.
Either knew where the key was stored at, so he's worked there before, or he is a current somebody who goes there and had the key.
Those things generally locked by just a padlock, though. Like,
That's true. You
yeah,
could have just
get
broken the fucking thing.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're locked by a 12-year-old too. So
That's true.
True.
I guess the first stop Matthew made before the fields was to get the meth. It's not clear if he got it before or after he stole the car. Like, did he steal the car to go to his meth dealer's house and get the meth, or did he stumble upon or buy the meth and then say, "Fuck it, I need to go to that athletic park"?
He may have had the meth already, did some,
But he was
encouraged
in jail.
him to
He was
steal
in
the
jail,
car.
So yeah, 2 hours later
Oh.
after jail, he got out of jail, and 2 hours later he was on his way to the athletic park in a stolen car.
He moves fast.
That night, he
He
does.
moves fast. It's hard to tell what's A or B there. Yeah.
He went straight for the park. Got no place to go but the youth sports complex I used to play games at, is what he said, I think. So maybe he played there. I don't know. It's been around a while.
I don't blame him, man. Like I'm saying, I used to do some shifts at that little league concessions. I still remember how great it was. I mean, they had all like the chicken fingers, like he was covered in. They had queso for your hot dog. They had all kinds of stuff. Queso for your chips, candy.
Skittles.
where was this?
in Alabama.
Sterling Pop
That
Warner.
wears West Wills. Yeah.
This story was somewhere else.
This
This
is
is
Alabama.
Alabama. This
Yeah.
was at the Sterling Pop Warner League. That's where all the big boys played because I was too big for the
That's why the concession
for the
stand was
Herndon
so
League.
good.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
boy.
We
Big
made a
boy
killing at that concession stand.
I have another
we had a
question.
big time hoagie drive every
hoagie drive
season.
for
You would
youth?
just sell hoagies and you would move as many hoagies as you could. Lots of fat kids running around selling hoagies to all the neighborhoods.
I need
It
a
was
new
great.
uniform, and if you just buy these hoagies in a box
Well,
from me.
The league was
Hoagies
10
don't
times
keep,
better
Will.
than the Herndon.
Yeah, the
League.
hoagies do not keep.
It
Now,
sounds like a
our hoagies were great, and you could keep them for about a week. So we try to sell
No,
you
you
5
couldn't.
to 10 hoagies, 5
wait,
to 10
were they on
hoagies a
bread?
house.
You could
Were they
eat
on
one for
bread?
breakfast, one for
Oh, they were
lunch, one for
bread, yeah.
dinner.
Yeah,
3
then they
times
didn't
5,
keep-
that's
They were-
15 hoagies.
They were bread with, and they had the mayo and the mustard inside the wrapping, so you could apply how much you
Wow.
wanted.
You guys are
Um,
selling hoagies.
this
selling
league.
hoagies.
This league sounds like it was just strictly existed to keep you guys fat and in the league.
It was
Yeah.
great, man.
Like,
it was
just-
the best. It was,
that
it
was
was
just
the
all the
best time of
profits.
my life, honestly.
Yeah, it was just
Best
the guy that
football
owned the
league I ever
concession
played in.
stand. It
Sterling
was a
Pop
plan
Warner.
from one guy that owned the concession stand and a
Keep them
shitty
all
deli.
fat. They'll keep. Yeah.
It was a magnet of all the fat kids from the region.
Oh my god!
It was, but also look at how good Parkview's team got. They were winning
Oh,
like
yeah.
state titles left and right because that was the feeder program because we fucking kicked ass at football for
Hoagie
little
strong.
kids.
Hoagie strong.
Who the fuck was like hoagies? That's what we send these kids out to sell.
Not,
Hoagies.
not chocolate bars, Chuck.
No
Hoagies.
refrigeration.
Hoagies.
Look at hoagies and football go together like peas and carrots. Hoagies and football is a match made in heaven. That's
Dude,
You
if
sell what you
somebody
love. I
knocked
can't.
them,
I
you
can't.
play some
I can't.
football.
I
Next,
can't sell
it makes
you
you
a
want to eat
bracelet.
hoagie.
I can sell you a hoagie.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Some kid knocked on my door and he's like, "Sir, would you like to buy a hoagie?" I'd be like,
Get the
"Now?"
fuck out of here.
Like
Get
you
the
have the
fuck
hoagies
outta
on
here.
you now.
Pat would be like, "This is for a football league. Gross. Out of here."
Oh,
Slams the door in his face.
and then goes and buys a hoagie from a hipster store. All right,
I'm buying hoagies. Those
I have
fat
one other.
kids.
I have one other question.
Little league
though.
football.
It's dangerous. Let's be straight up. It's dangerous. It doesn't make sense.
Well, look, I have another question besides did he
Being honest.
get the meth first or the car first? Like, did he not take enough of the meth because they found some on him? Like, why was he asleep the very next morning? He ate too many fucking chicken tenders, apparently, and candy bars that he passed out. The food overpowered the meth for a guy that woke up looking like this. He was only out for 12 hours. He was awake for 12 hours doing meth and he fell asleep. That's pretty
It's
bad.
awesome. This guy's. I mean, he had to break some kind of record with that, right? Like,
Yeah, for taking the worst meth and eating the most food. Yes, he broke a record because you're usually not that hungry when you're on meth either. He of course admitted to the crimes because he was woken up covered in chicken tenders and Twix bars, so he didn't really have much recourse. They now have him back in Jefferson County where he started a week earlier on $32K bond, which is probably even at half that, a little out of his price range if he's spending the first night out of jail in an outdoor concession stand. He's probably going to have a hard time coming up with $16K if he couldn't even make it to a motel.
he just
To
had,
do
he
his
must have
part.
had some good days at that back in the little league, man. Just
He must have. It's
wanted
either
to go
that.
back. He just wanted to go back.
It's that probably combined with the food at Jefferson County must be terrible.
Well, yeah.
If he had to go get the tenders.
Everybody
at the-
wants
yeah.
the food that they haven't gotten a chance to eat. I understand when they get out of jail.
He spent 5 days in Jefferson County and he went straight to the concession stand like he'd never eaten a good meal in his life. That's gonna do it for Hard Factor. He'll be out in a week or so. He's gonna be out. Jefferson County, watch out. And the concessions, the kids, watch out on that field. That's gonna do it for Hard Factor. Thank you so much for tuning in. Come to trivia on Friday. I dare you. You know what? It's like you just do 1 month of the Patreon. Patreon.com/Hard Factor. Do the send in the car. Come to the trivia on Friday. If it's not the best fucking Friday you've had in a while, then then cancel the subscription. All right, then you can do that. But otherwise, you can also please have yourself a great fucking day.